Da pawb a croeso i'r gyfarfod. Obviously this is a very fundamental point in terms of a partnership agenda which obviously crosses several boundaries in terms of the old Dyfed Powys, if you like, in terms of where we've got to. And I must acknowledge at the outset that this has come as sort of we've had a clear steer from Jane, Heather and others in terms of taking this forward. And we've had a very proactive training group as well across Howell to ensure that this work is done. But let's not forget today really is about Carers' Rights Day, and obviously that's a very important day in the calendar for all of us. I used to say this was the only day that the NHS used to talk about carers, how things have changed. The agenda, the profile has certainly risen over the last 12-15 months. The measure was a really good driver for us in taking that forward. But Carers' Rights Day is about getting help in tough times, and we mustn't forget that it is about carers today. We're doing a small part of work in terms of supporting carers across Dyfed Powys today by actually sort of launching the new e-learning package. But let's forget there are four fundamentals around Carers' Rights Day. One is about the increased take-up of benefits. When you think there's a figure of 720 million that's not claimed by carers across the UK, that's a key area of work that obviously information is key in taking that forward. And making carers aware of their rights as well, that's a key area of work. And a figure I've seen recently is that we have 2 million new carers coming forward every year in the UK and have no idea about what rights, what they are entitled to. And I think information has been the key in driving that forward. And there's a quote here that carers deserve the same chances in life as anyone else. Good health, work opportunities, and freedom to pursue their own interests. And I think that's key in terms of the work that we're doing across Dyfed Powys at the moment, and in particular across Howell. And what we find with carers as a backdrop to everything that we do, they do neglect their own health, their own physical health and mental health, actually because they want to care for people that are very close to them. So that's the background to it, and thanks very much for taking the time to come here today. I think I'll just call on Steve now just to sort of say a few words and to demonstrate the real business really in terms of what the system provides.
I'm Steve from Silex. I've been involved in e-learning for over 20 years now. Very recently I worked with Dudley Metropolitan Borough Council to develop the original theologies, if you like, of the Carer Aware course that we're about to launch across Wales. In terms of what I'd like to run through, I just thought you'd be interested in a bit of an overview of Carer Aware, so you know what it covers and where the course has come from and what we're doing with it. Right, in terms of an overview, as Peter mentioned, we originally developed the Carer Aware course in collaboration with Dudley Metropolitan Borough Council. And they've been running for a number of years a course primarily for staff that was just there to raise awareness of carers for a lot of the frontline staff there. However, they were finding that it was a constant battle just to keep up with staff turnover really. So while the workshop had good feedback from the people who participated, the English version of course it's been very popular. It's been taken up by over 40 local authorities now. So it is really quite a different course now from the original sort of Dudley version that we developed. The good thing about that, though, while there was a bit more design and development work that we were originally anticipating, the good thing is that it is very much focused on the requirements of Wales, and in particular the carers measure. I think it meets all the requirements there very specifically and very comprehensively. We also, which it takes a little while to organise, it's fully bilingual, so there is an English and Welsh language version of the course. One thing to flag up, while the English language version of the course has been through full test and release and proofed, the Welsh version hasn't been yet by the translator that we used for that. So if anyone does later on when you're upstairs look through the Welsh version of the course and you spot the odd typo or the odd outtake in the audio, then please be gentle. We'll be doing that over the next couple of weeks in terms of getting that approved and any final tweaks that need to be made to the Welsh language version of the course. The content itself, it's broken down into 4 main sections. It's not a huge course by any means, it's around 70-75 minutes, but we've broken the content down into bite-sized sections The idea is that people can launch the course if they've only got 10-15 minutes of time available. They can complete a meaningful portion of the course, and then they can go away, get on with the day job for a few days, a few weeks, and they can come back later on to pick up where they left off. So the 4 sections are, who cares? So that's one of the first sort of concepts we tried to get to grips with in the course, and I'll show you how we did that. That'll be one of the bits that I demo in a moment. Once we've done that, and we hopefully make people very clear on who we mean by carers, we then go on to look at the type of work they do, and then we focus on the numbers and the statistics relating to carers, initially at a national level, but then we move down to a Welsh, or a Wales level, if you like. But then there's an opportunity as well to choose the particular area that you work in or you're interested in, and you can get the statistics for actually your local area there. I'll show you how that all works in a moment. So once we've introduced carers and set the context for the course, we then go to look at the legal framework for carers in Wales. There are 5 in fact main areas we look at there. The carers measure primarily, and carer awareness, how staff need to be aware of carers and signpost them to information. There's the assessment of needs as well. We look at that, the legal sort of ins and outs really, that type of thing. Right, I can't put it off any longer then. I'm going to jump into the course now. I'm going to view probably the first few screens from the first section of the English language course, and then we'll skip across to the Welsh language version, and we'll run through that so you can kind of see how the two operate alongside one another.
Welcome to the Carer Aware course.
In this course, we introduce you to who carers are, what they do, and the contribution they make to the community.
We will outline the legislation that has been put in place to help ensure carers get the recognition and support they deserve.
And we'll explore the needs carers typically have, along with a range of services that are available to meet these needs. This is the menu which shows the sections that make up the course. If this is your first visit, we'd recommend taking a look at the help guide to find out more about how to use and get the most out of the course. When you're ready, select the section you want to enter.
So here we are, we're at the course menu. As I was mentioning earlier, it's broken down into very manageable bite-sized chunks. Here are the sections I was talking about during the presentation. Here are the standard interface elements along here. It's very easy. Anyone who's used a browser, I would say, and is vaguely familiar with being online should be able to use the course and get the most out of it very easily.